the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Mpanifo say ewiase dia udua no eno na ubetwa na NDC amanyoko no ewo opposition na one edwene say one ema power da enti ene atro a ekotwi ekobrema nyina NDC amanyoko no edigu NPP amanyoko no anim asena ntimi nka na unyi Samuel Okudzeto ablakwadin emfemfum sanso na ntimi nka na unyi Paul Adom ochire nso untimi nka na unyi Sam George nso edin emfa emfirim se nipa mienu wei ene na edimu ntintima especially Okudzeto ablakwa eka ya aka se Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo firi akra Okudzeto ablakwa ya calculation sika a ospende owie ena ono kokotna Adom FM no di tu udwase se NDC amanyoko ne ba power na either president or vice president etimi eba be fa private jet e de ko ba bia ono Samuel Okudzeto ablakwa ebe resign because the oye no enye se oye de ama NDC fo ne mo oye e de ama oman Ghana ne ebe kaya recently ayen vice president yare ema won e de ne kokopie mu wa abruti na won ekono private jet na won e de ne ekoi ne no na Paul Adom ochire se senior Okudzeto ekai na oni so pepepe yenkoni nkotie Paul
fire on Akufo-Addo. Fire on Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo said the presidential jet is gone on servicing, so I flew a plane from New York to Accra. Okudzeto had the amount of money. Everybody was sort of, Akufo-Addo shouldn't spend that kind of money just traveling. And then the matters became worse when defense minister went to parliament and apparently murmured something like, Akufo-Addo cannot even take a shower in the plane. He was not even speaking on the floor. I think he murmured it. When he was talking, people were, parliament, they heckle quite a bit. And they said, oh, but the plane, he cannot even bath in it. And they said, hey, did you hear what he said? He cannot bath in it. He cannot bath in the plane. President wants to bath in the plane. Cartoons were developed out of it. I went to see the defense minister back in the day. I don't know, those of you who watch Good Evening Ghana will remember. I interviewed him in his office. I brought the tape. We played it. Try as they did, it was very difficult because the circumstances of the economy as it is today was quite difficult. Kenke had just approached 5 cities in those days. Everybody was angry. And then they heard that the president is flying some private jet and da-da-da-da-da. Ablakwa took advantage of it and milked it completely. He actually over-milked it until the point where he granted this interview to Adom FM. Have a look at the interview.
NDC banani pa wodi animu no kofi fasa private jet bia na wo wa ban mu you resign.
I'll resign because what
resign
why should I stay there? Me resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yes say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
NDC banani pa wodi animu no kofi fasa private jet bia na wo wa ban mu you resign.
I'll resign because what
resign
why should I stay there? Me resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yes say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle.
Viewers, what shall we say to these things? This is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. He's not just any minister at all. Oh. Today he's the foreign minister, and therefore he must have had a role to play in the decisions made by the government on how the vice president returns to Ghana. He's the foreign minister and also one of the great pets of the vice president. The vice president, and I say pet, I mean pet in quotes. The vice president really likes him because they work together at education. And the vice president has testified on Samuel Ablakwa many, many times. And he's a good guy. There's no doubt about that. But he's not just, you see how God works. You see, God can embarrass you. This is God embarrassing people. You are foreign. He's not a Greek minister. If he's a Greek minister there, he's sitting somewhere looking at his farm, doing planting for food and jobs and doing nkokon kete and those things. And the vice president flies over his head and comes to Accra. Fair enough. But here you are, Minister for Foreign Affairs. Vice president goes to London, it's foreign affairs. Vice president is coming from London, it's foreign affairs. So right in the foreign affairs, right on his desk, he must have played a role in the decisions that were made to fly this luxurious private jet. We have no problem with that decision. We think it is correct. It's a correct decision. The vice president has been unwell. She's coming in. In fact, even if we still had the presidential jet, but it wasn't in the state as comfortable as can take somebody who is just recovering from some short illness, we shall still fly a presidential jet. How much is the flying the presidential jet for Ghana? Ghana's GDP is what? flying the vice president who needs it. Needs it is the point. The vice president needed that. Why should we not do it? We should do it. But because of what Ablakwa said to milk people and to get power, that is why we are talking today. Otherwise, it is nothing. If this happens in other jurisdictions, it is zero. Because some of those politicians don't do what we do in Ghana. I always told you that Jogate told me that people don't respect politicians because of what politicians say about politicians. People think parliamentarians are thieves because of what parliamentarians... Have you ever heard an American congressman saying that another congressman who is in power is a thief? Have you ever heard a British MP saying that another MP in the government is a thief? They never say these things because they know that you can't prove it. So you shouldn't say it. They argue with them, they tackle them, but they never call them names like thief and crook and all that. But here in Ghana, because some people know that without that they cannot come to power, they cannot argue on the basis of what is happening and bring them to power, they always must take advantage of human feelings. Economy is difficult. Price of maize is high. Price of kenke is high. So the president is a thief. That is why the price of kenke is high. Cecilia Dapa is a thief. That is why you are broke. That's why the country is broke. Because Cecilia Dapa has stolen all the country's money and put in her house. 6 months into office, Cecilia Dapa has not been even questioned. That's a beautiful video of the vice president arriving. Oh, yeah, I like this video. I like this video. I like this video. Oh, that's President Mahama. You know, President Mahama is very calm. He allowed his wife to do the embrace and all of that. I think that's great. I think that's great. Let's get back to that Ablakwa story. Let's get back to that Ablakwa story. So this is Sami Okudzeto. He has played a role in this video that you just saw in getting the vice president in. He sat on radio because he wanted Ghanaians to look at him as a saint and therefore elect the NDC into power. He said, which he didn't have to say, that whenever he's in power, and he didn't even limit it to the president too. He said the president or the vice president does something like this, he will resign from the government, assuming that he will have a ministerial position. That's what he said. That he will resign. Now he's foreign minister, and he's the one who has given birth to this story. The story of Jenano Pokwa flying in a private jet to Ghana. Ablakwa said, if this happens, he will resign. Do I think he should resign? No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He's a young man, just started a foreign ministry. He has opportunity to make something happen. Why should he resign? I don't think he should resign. But he must have the presence of mind to come out and apologize to Ghanaians. Like Fifi Kwete did at the appointments committee. Ablakwa must apologize to Ghanaians that I said it. I meant it then, but looking at the circumstances now, I shouldn't have said that. He should say it. He, Ablakwa of all people, should say. Otherwise, one day, he may find himself as foreign minister flying the private jet himself. God knows how to let that happen. God, he knows how to let Ablakwa himself fly a private jet into Kotoka International Airport. And he will wash his face and wonder whether he's dreaming, and he will not be dreaming. It is he, Ablakwa, who has flown. Do you remember Peter? When Jesus told Peter that you deny him, he said, you saw what happened. So Ablakwa should apologize. Otherwise, one day, God will make he Ablakwa himself, foreign minister. He will fly a private jet. He will forget. He will sit in a jet in New York. He will forget that he has said that. He will arrive and pictures will be taken. He'll say, but you are the one who said it. And when the Professor Jenna now what happened, you didn't even happen. Now you've done it yourself. These are the things we say about politicians. Learn how to talk. Don't over milk. Don't overtake advantage when you are in opposition. Be careful. Today I saw Franklin Kujo post something on Sam George. And he said, be careful what you say in opposition. I'm going to get to that as well. Sam George said so many things that if you play before him today, he has to dodge. He has to run away. So did Ablakwa. The desperation to get Akufo-Addo's government out of power without dealing with the substantial issues, but trying to deal with issues that will give you an advantage in opposition. Everybody in opposition can take advantage of it. I can organize a demonstration today that the dollar is gone down. Why is KK not going down? And then one day, a government will be in power. I will be there. And they'll say, hey, Paul Adomoshe, you were the one who organized demonstration that KK should go down. You are in government. The dollar is this way. Why is KK not? Resign. But because I understand and I'm trying to build maturity, I watch the processes and deal with the substance. Not so much taking advantage of what has happened. You can't do that in politics. You can't. And Ablakwa must be ashamed of himself. He must be really ashamed of himself. Play the Adom FM video again, just once. Play the video again.
sɛ ndc ba na nipa wodi animu no kɔfefa saa private jet bia na wo wa ban no ma you resign.
I'll resign because what
What may resign?
What may resign? Why should I stay there? May resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
Sɛ ndc ba na nipa wodi animu no kɔfefa saa private jet bia na wo wa ban no ma you resign.
I'll resign because what may resign? What may resign? Why should I stay there? May resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
Sɛ ndc ba na nipa wodi animu no kɔfefa saa private jet bia na wo wa ban no ma you resign.
I'll resign because what
may resign?
What may resign? Why should I stay there? May resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
Sɛ ndc ba na nipa wodi animu no kɔfefa saa private jet bia na wo wa ban no ma you resign.
I'll resign because what
may resign?
What may resign? Why should I stay there? May resign because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say idea me time President Akufo-Addo and as I mean President Akufo-Addo. It's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
Sɛ ndc ba na nipa wodi animu no kɔfefa saa private jet bia na wo wa ban no ma you resign.
I have a copy here, and I'll share mine with you. And Chairman, may I request that he has a copy of the mandate agreement. I'd like to have your copy for my purposes. Section 38 doesn't have a 1.
Mr. Chairman, the honourable member
38A and B.
Mr. Chairman, the law has been amended, Mr. Chairman. And I think that you're not this house amended the law. So there's now a section 38.1 and a section 38.2. And I have the consolidated version because I'm a member of the PPA board. So you are misleading my very good friend. Mr. Chairman, that is why I said that the law was amended way back in 2016. It was amended in 2016 before this letter was written. So I have the current one, and I can give the House a copy.
Section 38, the Public Procurement Amendment of 2016. Is there a further amendment to the 2016?
Mr. Chairman,
No, let him answer.
No, Mr. Chairman, it is the same one which incorporated a subsection 2. So the law, section 38 of accessory now has two provisions, section 38.1 and section 38.2. So, Mr. Chairman, I think that, and that was before, most importantly, that was before the letter was written. So I'm right in saying that the provisions have been 38.1. And I have the
Section 38.1.
Yes, 38.1A. So I have the consolidated version.
Just read your act title. Is it Act 914? I have no difficulty conceding.
Yes.
I'm holding Act 914.
Yes.
I see a 38 in it. I don't see a 1. It has heading of parts 7 of Act 633 amended. So just share that with me to guide me. I have no difficulty conceding to you.
Right.
I have Act 914. Which act are you referring to? The number. Just give me your number. Act number. As amended.
So Act 914. Amended.
You are also referring to Act 914.
Yes, but the point I'm making is that Act 914 introduced an amendment which inserted a further subsection 2 into section 38. And therefore, section 38 of Act 63 should be construed to have two.
I'm fine. You are Attorney General. You are privy to it. Give me the date of gazette of the one you are holding. I have 12 May 2016. So just share yours with me.
The chairman is a consolidated Act 63.
There you go. These are the videos of the arrest of Chairman Wontumi. For those of you who are seeing it for the first time, these videos are from Asase Radios, several radio stations across. This is how they picked him up, and they sent him to the Iyoko headquarters. It was quite brash and quite brutal. This is a man who is under the investigations of the Criminal Investigations Department. Somehow, Iyoko is also saying that they needed him, and Iyoko did not invite him. They actually crossed his car, and then, the guy is with CID, so they could have told CID that when Wontumi comes in there, tell him that Iyoko is looking for him. Of course, multiple state agencies can be investigating one individual for different things or even the same thing. A lot of these party supporters were quite agitated about the way this arrest is being conducted. They do not think that Wontumi is above the law, that he shouldn't be arrested or he shouldn't be prosecuted. But the manner in which it's being done suggests that we don't have a democracy and all of that. If Wontumi was running away, yes, but look at this. Look at this man agitated, shouting and talking. I was monitoring the Metro TV coverage. Yeah, that's the MPP third vice chairman, national third vice chairman of the MPP. He is completely overwhelmed. Is he not the same guy who pushed the microphone away some time back? Yes. He's a very agitated guy. He's a very strong man. And I think he's addressing the camera. He wanted the things that he's saying to get into the camera. So we have to get the latest on what is happening with Chairman Wontumi. More party people are thronging, MPP party people are thronging to the office of Iyoko. The office of Iyoko is at the High Street, Accra, near the office of Shraj. It used to be the serious fraud office here near Shraj, and it is now the Iyoko office. You can see the soldiers and the policemen massing up over there and creating all of these issues that kind of make you think that we have a democracy deficit, which we certainly don't have. After 30 or so years of practicing this democracy, why are we having these issues, which is akin to military takeovers, is akin to civil war breakouts, and is akin to all of these things? Thankfully, some members of civil society are arguing against these things, and it really shouldn't be. We don't know how long Chairman Wontumi will be kept there, but he's there now, and the policeman here, you can see in the Iyoko accoutrement, is explaining to the people why they have to keep Wontumi. There's a back and forth going on. It's not that healthy. Is that Titus Glover? Yes, I think I can see Titus Glover in the video. Is a former member of parliament for the Tema Central constituency. He's now on the cards trying to become the MPP's national organizer. And so he rushed there to sort of deal with these matters. I mean, this is not that good. This is not that good. I'm not sure why they are doing that. You can always get Wontumi into a court and you can prosecute him and all of that. But it's 10 minutes to the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. Wow. That's the Chairman Wontumi story. And our reporter is there. He'll be giving us a phone call sometime soon for us to get the latest, very, very latest on the Iyoko situation. All right. Let's have a look at this one as well so that we get out of the way and we get to the main story for Lawyer Bafo to come into the studio. This weekend, there was a big banter. This weekend, there was a big banter, isn't it? Godfrey Dame on the right-hand side of your screen and Thaddeus Sori on the left-hand side of your screen. We saw it. Thaddeus Sori wrote something quite long and it was quite attacking of Godfrey Dame. Godfrey Dame responded. It was quite attacking of Thaddeus Sori. We looked at both letters and thought that, look, this is not very, very, very good. So we put up this flyer and said, guys, let's call a truce. Put our pens and swords down. These are two great lawyers. And we CC'd it to Ambrose Derry, Mahama Yarega, to Paul Adomotri, Justice Kulendi, and Tamaklo Eduji. That all of us should get together. We don't want two of our lawyers fighting. And why did we include Justice Kulendi? Because Justice Kulendi had occasion to say this about Godfrey Dame in the past. He says, in an uncommon but impressive, and for that matter, commendable turn of events, the Attorney General, referring to Godfrey Dame, and Minister for Justice, Principal Legal Advisor to the government, filed a statement of case on the 26th of July 2023, where, and he quotes, in the spirit of intellectual honesty, and after careful consideration, he expressed his substantial support for the views and positions canvassed by the plaintiff. This is Justice Yoni Kulendi writing something very beautiful about Godfrey Dame, Attorney General as he then was in 2023, and speaking about it. So we know that Justice Kulendi would have a good way to bring these two lawyers together. So this is Justice Kulendi in the middle, Godfrey Dame, one of his favorite men on his right, and Tade Osori, who is almost like a brother to him on his left. And so we called on Justice Kulendi as one of those. And Bruce Derry is another man who can also help resolve some of these problems, because Derry is also very close to Tade Osori. Tade Osori worked for Derry's law firm in the beginning. Those days, they used to be at the Bus Stop restaurant on the Ringway Estates for those who live in Accra. And I was frequently in that law firm. Almost every day I was going there, and I would see Tade Osori almost every day in those days. Tade Osori used to live in Greater Estates. I lived in Teshunuguaya Estates, and now we talk quite a bit. Even this weekend, I've spoken to him quite a bit. And so I thought that, well, it's not nice. It's not important. It's not. All of these people have something to contribute to the legal profession. They both have something to contribute to Ghana. They both have something to contribute to the constitutional development of our society, especially now that we are discussing constitutional amendments. It's not a time for good lawyers to be fighting among themselves. It's a time for good lawyers to bring their heads together and let's see how we can make Ghana work better. So here on Good Evening Ghana, we are saying that let's call a truce. Justice Kulendi is very much capable of resolving some of these matters. And so that's our conclusion for that. But I like the artwork. You know, my guys here, they are very good. These young people, they are so solid. I told my producer, Procurement, can you put some artwork together within a very, very short time? See what he brought. Beautiful. This is just so nice. They have the red, gold, green. They have the handshake, Charlie. The guy who did the artwork, I owe you. I owe you Alewa. Alewa. I'll buy you Alewa. Okay. All right, so that's our take on this one. Many people were calling me, have you seen that? Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Have you seen? Have you seen? Have you seen? I said, I've seen it all. Have you spoken to Godfrey Dame? I've talked to Godfrey Dame every hour. Have you spoken to Tade Osori? Yes, every night and then I talk to them. So what are you saying about it? You see that Dame wrote to a part, someone is there. You see how Tade Osori finished him in the last paragraph? Another person comes, you see, Charlie, Dame finished the guy. Oh. I was listening to all of it. I said, that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. Everything everyone said is true. But is that the way to go? That's not the way to go. Let's call a truce to Godfrey Dame and Tade Osori. I don't know whether tomorrow they are going to be in court. Tomorrow, Godfrey Dame will be in court for sure. I don't know whether Tade Osori is going to come with Attorney General. But if they will be there, I'm not sure whether I will be there. But if they will be there, it will be good. There will be a good time for them to have a handshake. And I'm guessing, I don't know who is going to be on the panel, but if Justice Kulendi is on the panel tomorrow, I hope that after the case, you call them into chambers and say, hey, you will stop the nonsense you are doing. Let's move on and let's build this country. Oh, why are you showing me Manasseh again? Good evening, Manasseh. Oh, this is very important.